I mean, I won't lie to you, man. I still love playing the game. Like my family, I swear they're all in cahoots. They be trying to talk to me about retirement, trying to get me to talk about it. And I just like since the season ended till now, I've just been dodging retirement conversations. Just
Don't do it, Mike.
like
Don't do it, Mike.
and every time they try to get you, like, you be having a good time. I'm drinking with my dad, and then watching the FIFA game. Yeah, I think he notices, okay, Mike's a little relaxed, and he's like, all right, pause the game. So what you gonna do with ball? And it's like, that way, pause the game. like, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, but for me, I still love playing. And the love of chasing that cup, especially when you've never had it, that shit gets worse and worse and worse and worse and worse and worse. And then for me, watching a guy came to the league, like a big bro, watching him from college, like Enoch, to see him win the Grey Cup and play the capacity, have an impact that he did at his age, man, I'm like, I can't stop now.
It's tough, bro, when the family and friends.
Yeah. I mean,
they not running out of that tunnel. They don't get that. They don't get that.
And that's what I try to tell them. Like, I talk to my wife and my older sister, because they're like, man, he's still gonna go out there. And I'm like, no doubt, 100%. Mm-hmm. And I was like, listen here, when we moved to Canada when I was 12, I used to get in trouble, a whole lot of trouble. Getting out of court, trying to beat charges with my dad, to the point my dad stopped going with me. And I started playing soccer. But then soccer was something, essentially, that I did because of the school I went to. So when we moved away from that area, the kids in that area played football. So I really started playing football because it allowed me to hang out with my friends after school for extended periods of time, right? So for me, I gained the identity as a football player, kind of gave me a family, kind of made me feel like I belong, right? Mm-hmm. So now as a child, this thing has become a passion, to dream, to the point where it's paid my bills and, allowed me a certain style of life that I would not have without playing football. So essentially I told him, I said, listen, it's like trying to tell Batman that he got to put the mask down, shut the cave down, just live his life as Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
Knowing that he got the money and the funds to be able to go back to be Batman. But for some reason, at some point, he just knows he got to put the mask down and just become Bruce Wayne. Like, you watch the movie, he fights with that concept every movie, because when you've done something for so long, you essentially become it. And you know what it's like when you play 10 years, they start calling you a life, And one of the things I love from Coach Shaz that kind of makes it easy for me to say, okay, I can walk away and still keep that passion. Coach Shaz always talked to me about, once you play X amount of years, you don't have to stop being a football guy. You can leverage football in other ways to keep that passion and that game burning, right? So for me, I've done some things with the university that I played at that, I'm setting things up for the future when I can join the staff and coach there. So that's an aspect of my life that keeps that football passion, going, right, for me. But other than that, I've been lucky to make some good financial moves that makes walking away from the game not so much tied to the financial. The one reason that I want to, maybe play one or two more and shut it down is because, growing up, my dad was always a business, career-oriented guy, a politician in Nigeria. So he was never around, not because he didn't want to be around, because he had to go work and provide us with a lifestyle. And when we moved to Canada and he was home more than he was in Nigeria, I realized how separate we were, because I learned to do so much without him, right? And now we're forced to be in the house together and coexist. And, it took a while for me to realize, like, there's things we got to work through as father and son that we didn't, because we were so far apart, because he had to go work. And for me, I don't think leaving my wife with a baby and 2 Great Danes and a business to run and going to work for 6 months, I don't think I'm doing right by him, because I went through that. So I don't want to put him through that. So I know for me, in that early stage when he's a baby, I can get away with playing 1 or 2 more. But I know for me, I'm closer to the end than I am the middle of the beginning.
Yep.
Yeah. What I'm trying to do now is see, I got these X amount of snaps left. I'm trying to give to somebody. And I'm trying to empty a clip.
You got to.
Yeah.
You got the right
I'm not trying to bring anything back. I'm not trying to bring nothing back.